Well, hello, and welcome back to Miss Julia's English Club. I'm Claire, your host today, and I have to be honest with you. This topic made my jaw drop when I first read about it.
Hey everyone, I'm Leo, and Claire, same reaction. I actually read the headline 3 times because I thought I'd misunderstood it.
3 times. And you know what? I completely understand why. Because today, we are talking about something that sounds like a science fiction movie, but is 100% real and happening right now. We are talking about humans living to 150 years old. Scientists are seriously, genuinely discussing the possibility of dramatically extending human life. Like, not by a few years, by decades.
And not just living longer, living healthier longer, because that's the key distinction, right? Nobody wants to live to 150 if they're bedridden for the last 50 years.
Exactly. That's such an important point, Leo. The goal isn't just lifespan, it's health span. The number of years you live in good health, actively, independently.
Health span, I love that word. It's a relatively new term, but it captures something really important: quality versus quantity of life.
And the science behind this is moving so fast right now. There are billionaires, people like Jeff Bezos, Peter Thiel, Sam Altman, who are pouring hundreds of millions of dollars into longevity research. Anti-aging startups are popping up everywhere.
Longevity. Let's make sure our listeners have that word. Longevity means long life, or the length of time something lasts. Longevity research is research into how to extend human life.
Great. And the scientists working in this field, they're not crackpots. They're not fantasists. These are serious researchers at places like Harvard, Stanford, the Salk Institute.
So what are they actually finding? Because I think that's where it gets really fascinating.
Okay, so there are a few different approaches. One big area is something called senolytics. Now, don't be scared by that word. Senolytic drugs target what are called zombie cells in the body.
Zombie cells. Okay, that immediately got my attention.
Right? So as we age, some of our cells stop working properly, but they don't die. They just sit there, and they release chemicals that damage the cells around them. They're basically toxic neighbors.
Toxic neighbors. That is such a good way to put it.
Thank you. So senolytics are drugs designed to clear out these zombie cells. And in animal studies, in mice particularly, the results have been extraordinary. Animals lived significantly longer and stayed healthier.
Wow, okay, and the jump from mice to humans is always the big question, right?
Always. Biology is complicated, but early human trials are beginning, and researchers are cautiously optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic. I like that phrase. It means hopeful but careful, not getting carried away.
Not getting carried away, another great phrase. It means not letting your excitement take you too far from reality. Don't get carried away, a very natural English expression.
Okay. Another approach in longevity science is something called epigenetic reprogramming. Now, this one is mind-blowing. Epigenetics is basically about how your genes are expressed, switched on or off, rather than the genes themselves.
So it's not about changing your DNA, it's about changing how your DNA behaves.
Exactly. And scientists have found that aging is partly an epigenetic process. Your cells kind of forget how to behave young again. And there are experiments, again in animals, where researchers have actually reversed the biological age of cells, made old cells behave young again.
Oh, okay. Wow, that genuinely gives me goosebumps.
Same. And then there's a third area, and this one is more accessible right now, today, for everyone: lifestyle factors, because research consistently shows that things like diet, sleep, exercise, stress management, and social connection have a massive impact on how fast we age biologically.
And this connects to something called your biological age versus your chronological age. Your chronological age is how many years you've been alive. Your biological age is how old your body actually is based on markers in your cells.
And those two numbers can be very different. Someone who smokes, doesn't sleep, eats poorly, their biological age might be 10 years older than their actual age. Someone who exercises, eats well, manages stress, they might be biologically 10 years younger.
Which means, in a very real sense, how you live determines how fast you age. That's powerful and slightly terrifying.
Slightly, but also empowering because it means there are things within our control.
Yes. Okay, but I want to bring in the ethical side of this too, because if humans start living to 150, what does that mean for society?
Oh, big question. Like retirement age. If you're going to live to 150, do you work until you're 100?
And what about wealth inequality? Because right now, these anti-aging treatments are incredibly expensive. What if only the ultra-wealthy can afford to live dramatically longer? Does that create a two-tier society? The immortal rich and the mortal everyone else?
Wow, that's actually a really dystopian thought. Dystopian meaning a dark, nightmarish vision of the future, like in a novel.
Like in a novel. And what about overpopulation? If people stop dying at their usual rate, what happens to resources, to space, to the planet?
These are genuinely the questions that philosophers, ethicists, and policymakers are wrestling with right now. Wrestling with meaning struggling to deal with or find an answer to a difficult problem.
And there's no easy answer, which is honestly the most intellectually exciting place to be.
Agreed. Okay, vocabulary time. We have a rich list today.
Starting with lifespan versus health span. Lifespan, total years alive. Health span, years lived in good health.
Longevity, long life, or the length of time something lasts.
Lighting the alarm on compliance issues.
Cautiously optimistic, hopeful but careful, not getting carried away.
Chronological age versus biological age. Your calendar age versus how old your body actually is at a cellular level.
Dystopian, relating to a dark, nightmarish, imagined future, often used in literature but increasingly in real-world discussions.
And to wrestle with, to struggle to deal with or find an answer to a difficult problem.
Beautiful set of words today, really sophisticated, really useful for B2, C1, and C2 level discussions.
Absolutely. Okay, today's comment challenge. Here it is. Would you want to live to 150? Why or why not? And do you think it would be good or bad for society?
This is such a juicy discussion question. I cannot wait to read your answers. B1 and B2 write 5 sentences minimum. Use words like longevity, health span, or cautiously optimistic.
C1 and C2 write a structured argument. Consider both sides. Use phrases like, while the prospect of extended life is undeniably appealing, there are significant ethical concerns regarding. Uses that advanced English.
Yes, okay, if this blew your mind even slightly, share it, send it to someone, because this is exactly the kind of conversation that makes English feel alive and relevant.
And don't forget, subscribe to Miss Julia's English Club right here on YouTube. Fresh episode every single day.
Like the video, ring that notification bell, and leave your answer in the comments. We are waiting for you down there.
From me, Leo, and me, Claire, thank you so much for joining us today. Stay curious, stay healthy, and we will see you tomorrow.